You can spread the eggshells you walk on, gather them up like an offering, words innocent from another's mouth or your own. You take them all and it's foot and mouth, reflex, repeat, but now a preface to all speech, a bush you beat around before you make too much noise. Or words of praise you hear, you hold, you want repeated, or some honest hard words, but you take them heated. Words of fear you sit in, steep in, till you crack and walk on the shatters. You can let them all be bred, blended, twisted, tended in a sullen incubator inside your head, and sprinkle them before you as you walk. Then you tread lightly on everything, life continuing in real time, you hesitating, second splitting upon the crack of hands, words, voice, because you can't disappoint, you can't disappoint, you can't disappoint them or you. This brain of mine, hairline from a quarter of a century old, told its frontal lobe would develop me into a smarter woman by now, or at least in May. But these synapses turn back their paths to relapses, and I hear the crack of eggshells again. We train our ears well to hear these shells when they shatter, to strain to decipher what's the matter and how to fix what is, or what everyone feels. To get a grip on the scales with concrete pressure weighing, but our hands can be the ones doing the most pouring. Heavier, heavier, heavier. Prove that your back can stand it. But though this quarter-century brain still strains from all this cracking, I know what I am lacking. John decreased so that you, Jesus, could increase in him. His finger didn't point at himself. Foot didn't cover his voice before it shouted the Hosanna, one who will save. Till Herod put him in his grave, he decreased. Maybe he felt the cracks at first, pharisaical replies, but doves still came down from the sky. John looked at you. In the scorning, scowling, freedom pushed through, and he stomped on. Paul named his life rubbish to know you. Gave up man-made glory, diminished his stardom and his story. Clinking chains didn't silence him. They were not the sound he abided in, like fear strikers, faith mockers tying him to the ground. He didn't give in to the fear of stepping too boldly. Luther nailed truth despite the violence. Your persecuted church hurts, but doesn't hide behind it. Sons and daughters covered in love, giving up schemes of self-propaganda, not living, breathing, squirming under the pressure to hold their fame. They pour out praises to one name. They decrease and stomp on. Jesus, you became a servant. Your sweat bled upon the ground. Graveless love greater than the clinking sound of the cup you were to drink. You stepped straight to death. Curtain torn, a sky was darkened. Your beloveds wept till they were hearkened to stop staring at the sky. You stomped on death and felt the hurt, but held on to no man's eggshell words, but breathed, your will be done. And forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. You can create your own eggshells from all the things you want. What you want to be, what they want, how to please, what they'll see. Turn eyes inward and the floor is shaky. But you can say to Jesus, who weeps to see that altar, who scorns its fire, but love for you never falters, who wants you fully, all the way, and not just your reputation clean, who loves you with graveless love, so you are filled with him entirely. Named precious, daughter of life giver, purpose-filled, beautiful, treasured sinner. Not always the winner, not expected self-perfection, but full righteousness covered with grace that breaks the smothering lies of false hope in ourselves. Lord,